we need to talk about John Lynch. We talk a lot about Kyle Shanahan. It's hard to just know what John Lynch does, but he does talk. And he did do an interview recently with Matt Mayoko. That was just classic of the genre. What were your takeaways from this interview?
I thought it was a great interview. I thought he conducted some.
What did I think of the interview?
And,
I liked it. I thought he did a good job. I thought John pretty much conducted himself.
He's awesome, and he never. Yeah, John never has tells for anything. You can never. It's always straightforward with him, and I mean, I thought it was pretty.
Real quick, if you haven't seen the interview, there was a clip that was going around on Twitter that was just classic. Matt Mayoko is sitting there saying, some people kind of see it as a crisis right now in the organization, and Lynch cuts him off right there and says, "No, it's not a crisis." And he goes right to the ear. And what I was thinking is, man, if you have to sit down after week 6 with Matt Mayoko on NBC Sports Bay Area and say that it's not a crisis, it looks like it's a crisis mode. But then really the grabbing of the ear was such an obvious, like if you're at a poker table, you'd be like, dude, who brought this guy? Are you kidding me? And the thing is, I think if anyone out there has time on their hands and wants to make a big splash in the 49ers Reddit or Twitter community, go back through the videos of John Lynch's press conferences and cut up all the different times he went to his ear or his watch and just see like what he was talking about at those times, because I bet you'd find some great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. The thing with the watch happened before. Was it the pre-draft press conference or a post-draft?
Yeah, probably both. I mean, come on. Someone with some time on your hands who wants to make a name for themselves, do it. Come on. I don't have it in me anymore. I would have done this 2 years ago. I would freaking have done this 2 years. I don't have the time.
Yeah. Or if you're a body or a body behavior communication specialist, DM Grant. Like,
please. That would be more scientific, because it seems to me like John Lynch is the kind of guy who has a tough time lying. He's so bad at it. He seems like he does all the. Did you ever see that show? It came out like 10 years ago. It was with Tim Roth, who was in Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. It was called Lie to Me. And he was this guy who they'd bring him in and he'd like kind of look at you and you tell him his story and be like, oh, you just did this one thing. You were lying. And he kind of had this like science of, he was the human lie detector. You see that movie? Did you see that show? It's called Lie to Me.
I don't think so.
Anyway, it reminds me of that. Like just bring in Tim Roth to one of these press conferences. Yeah. It'd be so easy for him.
Yeah. I mean, meanwhile, Kyle has zero problems. Like, I mean, Kyle will tell you the truth too, but I think
Kyle just says, he just contradicts himself constantly. He's like, well, if I keep contradicting myself, no one can read into what I say.
Right.
We're going to have a 2-quarterback system. We're not going to have a 2-quarterback system.
Yeah. I want it.
Yeah.
So the Lynch interview was bad. I mean, he definitely has all. It seems like he has all these tells whenever he's saying something that we don't necessarily believe. So it wasn't good. I don't know why they did that interview. And frankly, like with the 49ers organization and all the resources that they have at their disposal, they don't catch this. Like Jed can't see this and then go to a specialist and be like, John, when you do an interview, this is how you have to conduct yourself. If you're going to lie.
No, that's not how no. See, you're not reading it right. Hold on. I'm an industry plant. I'm an industry guy. The way I read it was, oh, Lynch has to do this interview. NBC is partners with the 49ers. I've seen Kyle sit down with Matt Mayoko. He doesn't answer questions like this. He answers questions about hamstrings and the offense and stuff like that. Lynch has to sit down and talk about the state of the franchise and whether there's a crisis or not. He's on his own now, man. To me, he has to answer for that, not Kyle. He's the one that's got something to – that's the way I look at it. Like, yikes. John, it doesn't look good for you right now, man. It looks like you're going to be the guy that they –
The fall guy?
Yeah, dude. I mean, he must have been sitting there on that set being like, what happened? How did I get here? Why am I answering this question? And now I'm going to the ear, going straight to the ear. Yeah, his agent would be like, we're gonna get you a class, so you never do that again.
I just kind of saw. I get your point. I just kind of saw it as as like as a hint to overall organizational crisis, and that's not. I don't know that that's something you want to display as being the 49ers brand. Like you don't want to show your organization in any sort of disarray.
I mean, of course, the right answer wasn't to say yes, there's a crisis in the organization, but you can't go straight to the ear.
No. Mm-mm.
Can't. It looked bad. It looked like
No.
it looked like when your like wife asked you like, so
Yeah.
where'd you go last night? And you're like,
Yeah.
I was
guys.
with my buddy. I mean, we were chilling. My phone died. I don't know what to tell you. Like he had that look on his face, like he was caught red-handed. He was like, I don't know. I'm not prepared for this moment. I don't have a story. Let me kind of, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Not that I've been in that situation. I'm just saying, guys in general. He had that look. I don't envy that look, that expression. That's like, man, I'm and I know
he did have that look.
He had that look. Every guy knows that look.
It's funny. It's funny how John Lynch has transitioned from like the guy that everybody trusted and you know that trusted figurehead figure. Now it's like I don't know that that we believe him all the time, and he's giving us the tell, so we don't have to. So.
I still trust him. I still trust him to tell us the truth.
You trust his body language.
Yeah, exactly.